All right, this should work a little bit better. Yep, I definitely got the sound on that one. Okay, cool. Welcome, everyone. My name is Kay Moon, and we're going to do a Christ consciousness meditation together here. Let me get a couple of items in working order. Make sure that you guys can hear me, number one. If you're able to hear me, definitely let me know. Let's see. Okay, and I'm going to pull up the chat. All right, there we go. Oh, wonderful. Hi, Karen and Aditi, Bonnie, thank you. Great to have you guys here. All right, awesome. Let me minimize that screen and close out of this and close that. And then I can share what we're going to look at. So for the purposes of our meditation today, thank you everyone who has joined. It's a privilege to be able to share this very special meditation with you that my guides gave to me. Just a quick background on this meditation. I've been a meditator for many years. I've meditated lots of different types, lots of different styles, on, off, on, off. And in 2017, I did a quantum healing hypnosis therapy session and did some past life regression with a very skilled practitioner who regressed me to one of the lifetimes that I spent with the teacher known as Jesus on lessons on unconditional love. And we saw several other lifetimes that day. But when we concluded the session and spoke with my higher self, the concluding message about things I needed to do to progress in my spiritual and material growth on the earth plane, the number one message was that I needed to meditate. And when I asked how meditate, which way, there's so many different ways to meditate. The guides had kind of said, we will show you. And so the very next day, I got up, sat down, went to meditate, and the spirit guides that I've been working with for many years said, okay, now we're going to show you the way we advise you to meditate. And the meditation that I'm going to be showing you this evening is a meditation that I have done since that day. And it has been my primary and core meditation. It is an alignment to unconditional love. And it is an embodiment of self as creator, as reflection of the divine. It is, and it utilizes the energy given to all of us as reflections of the divine to intentionally align our vibrational fields at the energetic and cellular level to the vibration of unconditional love. So you can feel free to do this whenever you like. This meditation will be left on YouTube along with the remaining 11 days. The guidance that I received was to provide this meditation on 12 consecutive days at the new moon, which is this very moment, December 12th at 12:12 a.m. Eastern time if you happen to be on the Eastern seaboard. So it's a very auspicious moment as we close out the decade and walk into 2020 timelines in conscious creatorship. So before I go any further, I do want to also share that you don't have to be a Christian or have followed the teachings of Jesus or even believe what I believe in order to utilize this meditation's power in your life. The core focus of the meditation is on unconditional love, and you can utilize the names for unconditional love that your tradition, your faith tradition, has given to you. So, if your faith tradition recognizes a different teacher, and that would allow you to stay more in the vibration of love, rather, when I say Christ consciousness timeline, you insert the name consciousness timeline that aligns to unconditional love for you. The second thing is that this isn't, while this is a channel for twin flames, this is not a meditation exclusively for twin flames. Anyone can do this. You don't have to have had previous meditation experience. And let me just see if there was any of my last notes here about this that I wanted to make sure I shared. There might actually be something. Hang on. I want to make sure I get this right today for us, that I share all the pertinent information. Right. Okay, right. And we're going to talk about chakras. So let me pull up the information that I need to share on that so that you can follow along with a lot of ease. And I will share screen now. All right, so on your screen, you will see an image of the 12 chakras, or sorry, not the 12. A little Freudian slip there for those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, now you do know. We're going to be working with the seven chakras that are physiologically based in the human body. The way my guides talk about the chakras, they call them source energy centers. So I will refer to them as source energy centers, not chakras in the meditation, but just know that when I say source energy center, I'm referring to these chakras as they're more commonly known. They call them source energy centers because when I asked them, I said, "Why are you calling it that?" They said it's we want you to have specific language to understand that these are the locations in the body that directly tap into the divine and into source's energy from your location, your soul's location on the planet. It's in these 7 places in your physical body. So you'll hear me say source energy centers. For those of you that are familiar, you'll see all 7 of them listed here with their names on the right. These are their locations in the center of the diagram's body. And this is the left. On the right, you will see what each, a general heading about what each chakra corresponds to. If you're new to chakras, definitely have a Google so you can learn more about them and find the truth that resonates for you. The next thing I'm going to show you is a little bit about the way we're going to move the energy as we have our conversation or have our meditation. So during our meditation, we will start with the heart chakra, which is located in the center of the chest. We will move down, solar plexus, we'll move to the sacral, we'll move to the root after that. We will come back up, we'll work with the third eye. And specifically when it comes to the third eye, what I want you guys to locate inside of your beings is the energy right here. I want you to focus on the energy of the location where the third eye meets the crown. That's that specific location where they intersect. That's the place that we're going to move to next. Then we'll move to the throat. Then we'll move to the heart. We'll connect all of them. We'll come back round. And at the very end, we'll do something quite special with the crown that ignites all 7 chakras. All right. Once we are done with this meditation, I will open the floor to questions in the chat. So please save your questions until then. I myself will be meditating with you. I will not be answering questions before then. And during the Q&A, I invite us to all keep our energy and attention focused on the meditation itself and your experience of it, as well as I will not be focusing on twin flames this evening or astrology questions either. Okay. So, all of that said, I thank you all for being here. Stay for what you can. Feel free to sit in the position that works for you for meditation. I personally sit in a chair. I place my feet flat on the floor. My back is upright as opposed to resting against anything. But that's what works for me. Work with what works for you in terms of locating your own chakras. Okay, so just gonna exhale and allow your energy to settle around you like clean sheets falling upon a bed, snow falling on the ground. Allow yourself to see your energy settling down around you. Now we will command a sphere of protection around our auric fields with the following words. I now command the sphere of protection around my auric field. And allow yourself to see that sphere of protection surrounding you fully. Now, look inside your body for your heart chakra and locate your heart. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to command the chakra to open. And you can see that opening like eyelids opening an eye, or an egg opening to reveal a bright, glowing core. I now command this source energy center to open. And just notice if it's glowing, if it's dim, if it's dark. Notice any sensations in your body that come up. And notice any thoughts that arise at this time, as they are the thoughts currently tethered to the heart chakra's energy. With the following command, we will begin to use our creator abilities to clean up any vibrations that are not unconditional love. Let's begin. I now command anything that has emanated from this source energy center that has caused harm to be bound, rendered neutral, and sent back to source for a full transmutation to unconditional love. See it going now. Breathe. Feel the release. Of harm energy leaving your space, leaving your field. And now we will heal ourselves with the following command. I now command source love to come down and flood this source energy center in all harmed places, filling them with source love and making them whole again. Feel the source love filling your heart chakra. Healing and sealing any harmed places. And now together we'll command our ascension to love. I now command that this source energy center arise and align to the Christ consciousness timeline for this source energy center and for all particles and cells associated with this source energy center to match the vibration of unconditional love. And just feel what that's like. Feel what that's like. And now we'll move down to the solar plexus chakra, located between the navel and the heart. I now command this source energy center to open. And Just see it opening, like an eye opening, or an egg opening, or a sun rising. Notice any thoughts or feelings that arise. As those are the ones currently tethered to your solar plexus chakra. And now we will command the removal of harm. I now command that anything that has emanated from this source energy center that has caused harm be bound, rendered neutral, and sent back to source for a full transmutation to unconditional love. See it going now. And now we will command our healing. I now command that source love come down and flood this source energy center and all harmed places, making them whole again. See the gentle filling with love that is taking place. And now we will command our ascension. I now command that this source energy center arise and align to the Christ consciousness timeline for this source energy center, and that all associated cells and particles begin to match the vibration of unconditional love now. And just notice what that feels like. And now we will drop down to the sacral chakra. This is the chakra located just behind or just below the navel. I now command this source energy center to open. And just begin to notice the sensations, the pictures, the thoughts that arise with your attention on your sacral. And now, for the sacral source energy center, we will command the removal of harm. I now command anything that has emanated from this source energy center that has caused harm to be bound, rendered neutral, and sent back to source for a full transmutation to love. See it going now. And now we will command our healing. I now command that source love come down and fill those harmed places, and that these harmed places open and receive source love and be made whole again. And just feel what that's like to be filled with source love through your sacral. And now we will command our ascension. I now command that this source energy center arise and align to the Christ consciousness timeline for this source energy center, and that all associated particles and cells match the vibration of unconditional love for this source energy center. Feel it happening now. Notice what softens. Notice what opens. Notice what releases. Notice what brightens. And now we will work with the root source energy center of our bodies. Find your root chakra. I now command this source energy center to open. You say it for your root chakra. Know that you are safe because you have already commanded your sphere of protection at the start of this meditation. If you're just joining, just take a moment to create one around yourself. Notice the sensations, the pictures, the thoughts that arise once your attention is fully on your root chakra. This is what there is to heal, to accept. This is what there is to love today. Let us now take responsibility for our lives and command the removal of harm. I now command that anything that has emanated from this source energy center that has caused harm to be bound, rendered neutral, and sent back to source for a full transmutation to love. Feel it going now. And let us now command our healing together. I now command Source Love to come down and heal these harmed places. And for these harmed places to open up and receive Source Love. I now command the flooding of this Source Energy Center with Source Love, and that all harmed places be made whole again. And just notice how your body is receiving Source Love in your root Source Energy Center today. There's nothing right and there's nothing wrong here. There's just where you're at today. And now let us command our ascension. I now command that this Source Energy Center arise and align to the Christ Consciousness timeline for this Source Energy Center. And that all associated cells and particles vibrate to match the frequency of unconditional love for this Source Energy Center. And just feel what that's like. Notice what unconditional love in your root chakra feels like. Now find yourself the place in your skull where your crown and your third eye chakra meet. And if you're just joining, you're welcome to have a quick glance at your screen. We are looking for the location right here, where the crown and the third eye chakra meet. Find that location now. And our attention will be primarily on the third eye. Let us now command the opening. I now command this source energy center to open. You may notice lots of sensation or none, movement or none at all, sound or none. Whatever's happening, it's okay. Let us now take responsibility for our lives in this earth and command the removal of harm. I now command that anything that has emanated from this source energy center that has caused harm be bound, rendered neutral, and sent back to source. For a full transmutation to love. See it going now. Very good, everyone. Very good. Let go. Good. Let us now command our own healing. I now command that source love come down and flood this source energy center and all harmed places with divine love, making them whole again. Just feel what that's like. Have your third eye flooded with source love. Let us now command our ascension to the vibration of unconditional love, brothers and sisters. I now command that this source energy center arise and align to the Christ consciousness timeline for this source energy center. And I now command that all associated cells and particles begin to match the frequency and harmonics of Christ consciousness and unconditional love. Just feel what that's like. To have your body change right before your very eyes. Notice what brightened. Notice what softened. Notice what released. And now we will begin to work with the throat chakra. Slide your attention down from your third eye down to your throat. Let us command the opening. And if you're just joining, that's okay. Just create a sphere of protection around you as you begin to work. Let us command the opening of the throat chakra. I now command this source energy center to open. And see it opening like an egg opening, or eyes opening, or a sun rising. Let us now take responsibility for our lives and this earth and command the removal of harm. I now command that anything that has emanated from this source energy center that has caused harm be bound, rendered neutral, and sent back to source for a full transmutation to love. Feel it going now. And let us now command our healing. I now command source love to come down and flood the source energy center and those harmed places. Making them whole again. And just see what it's like to have your throat flooded with source love. If you've fallen asleep or zoned out and you're just now coming back, it's okay. We will now command the ascension of our throat energy centers. I now command that this source energy center arise and align to the Christ consciousness timeline for this source energy center. And I now command all associated cells and particles begin to resonate with the vibration of unconditional love. Just see what it's like to have the vibration of unconditional love spread in your throat. And now we will begin to work with the crown chakra. See if you can notice your opening to the divine at the crown of your head. And above your head, create for yourself an image of unconditional love, a simple shape or an object that works for you. You may want to work with a sphere or a heart. Just make sure it's illuminated and gold. You may find that working with a crown works nicely for you, or even a halo. Above your head, see that image of unconditional love beginning to descend and lower itself and get closer and closer and closer to your crown chakra. Allow it to rest on your head. And now begin to see your shape of unconditional love shrink to fit inside your crown chakra, lighting up that crown chakra. Cleansing and purifying that crown chakra. Doing all the work we've done for all the other chakras by touch alone. Now begin to see your shape for unconditional love descend and begin to purify in blazing light your third eye. See that blazing light descend again and begin to purify your throat. See that blazing light descend again and illuminate your heart. See that blazing light move into your solar plexus chakra, enriching it with unconditional love. See that blazing light descend again to your sacral chakra. See it purifying the energies associated with your sacral with unconditional love. And now bring that light of unconditional love into your root chakra. And now we will envelop ourselves with this light. Begin to bring that light of unconditional love through your root, down through the base of your seat, below your feet and your body. And see that love begin to expand again, bigger and bigger, so that the light of that love encompasses your entire auric field. Let that love light flow around you and then back up, almost as if it's encompassing you. Let it flow back up to your crown. See this light flowing again through all of your chakras, down through the third eye, through the throat, now the heart, the solar plexus, behind your navel to the sacral. See this light flooding through to your root, out the root, expanding again and surrounding and enveloping your body, coming back up to your crown. And just allow that energy to move through you. This is what it feels like to be flooded with unconditional love. This is what it feels like to radiate love. And this is the truth of who you are. Thank you, everyone. You may wish to take some sips of water or change your position as we conclude our meditation. For those of you who would like to stay for the Q&A about the meditation, you are more than welcome to. For those of you who got what you needed and you're ready to take the next step of your day, then you are welcome to do so. I thank you for being here. Please like the video on your way out so that this meditation can find its way to the hearts that need it most. And we'll go ahead and begin with the Q&A section. We'll do Q&A for about 10-15 minutes and then I will sign off. I will be posting information about the remaining 11 days of this meditation on the community section of this channel. So please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that when you are ready, you are able to join the meditation over the next 12 days. Okay, Kelly, have a great night. HM, I'm glad it was good for you. Thank you, everyone. If anyone wants to share their experiences with the meditation, they're more than welcome to as well. I'll kind of hang out here for the next 10 minutes or so, and we can chit chat, and then we'll do this again tomorrow. I'm glad you liked it, Rohini. You're welcome, Taro. Happy full moon to you as well, Ruthie. HM, I'm glad you liked it. Kelly, you're welcome. Sweet dreams, hun. Michelle, you're welcome. Aditi, you're welcome. Cutie to cutie. Cutie to Q. You're welcome. You got visions. Cool, Anna. Cool. Very cool. Awesome, Anna. I'm glad. Hey, Irene. Big heart to you as well. Taro asks, do we need to move energy from back to crown chakra and from forward to root chakra in a cycle motion? That's the way it works. Yeah. The way they showed me to do this was to take the energy from the crown through the chakras and out, down around the feet or your seat, and back up outside your body, in through the crown again. Okay. Let me know if that wasn't clear. Good source for learning about chakras and meditation, the Google. Ken, you can learn about it on Google. You can learn about YouTube. There's plenty of wonderful teachers that have been vetted for quality through an organization called Mind Valley. I think Deepak Chopra has quite a bit of information about these as well. So you can Google Deepak Chopra and chakras as well. I'm just referring you to sources that have some credibility via the number of people who reference them. But otherwise, you can just Google. Sherry, you're welcome. For anyone who joined late, just make sure that you take the time to create that sphere of protection around you whenever you begin the meditation. Okay. M love, big hearts to you. Can't move. Looks like that's a good feeling, Ken, with that smiley face. Kelly, you're very welcome. Catherine, you're welcome. Blessings to you as well. Healing Innovations, you're very welcome. Bye, Anna. Have a sweet night. Sherry says, I loved it. What I was able to catch. Good. Taro, rotate energy in cyclic motion from forward to down. Yeah. And back to crown. Correct. Yep, that's correct, Taro. Rats and BA, you're welcome. Cool. Thank you. You guys have been awesome to meditate with. Does anyone want to share any experiences that they had or things that stood out to them? If you guys don't have questions, you're welcome to share what your experience was, what you noticed, or what you felt. Hmm. Totally okay if you guys are blissed out, sleeping. um, totally all good. Love. That's awesome, Bailey. You're welcome, Taro. Leaving your body for a minute. Yeah, that can happen, Ken. That's also why it's incredibly important to create that sphere of protection around you at the beginning of the work. Okay. You felt unease. That can happen, Rats and BA, as you move energy that may have been stuck. As you begin to move things, things come into alignment. It will create an uneasy feeling. But, do what feels appropriate for you to do. Don't push yourself, okay? Um, the OLGILA, you joined late, but you happened to pass by a window and you stood under the moon. Dude, my third eye was buzzing. I'm so happy. It's awesome. Definitely, if you join late in the future, just be sure to make that protection sphere around you when you begin the work. Kelly Celeste, not sure, feeling mellow. Yeah, it can be a very blissy meditation, super blissy. You could feel the energy flow, but the lower half was lopsided. Yeah, that's something to notice. So I'll be doing this again over the next few days. So at each chakra, today I stopped to invite you to have a look at what you noticed and how you felt and what you saw and what thoughts occurred as we spoke to each chakra. And in doing that, what we're looking at there is just what thought forms, what have we created that that each chakra is holding for us. And if you notice that, lopsided energy, stuck energy, some energy wasn't moving in certain locations, that can happen when we've got a thought form that's lodged or stuck, and we may need some assistance moving it. But you can continue to try the meditation and see. Just go at your own pace. If there are some places that aren't moving, that's okay. Don't make yourself wrong for that. Just keep working with what is moving and just placing your attention gently on what is and just noticing where it happens to be for today. Okay. Sherry says the unconditional love symbol at the crown was a large star. that rained smaller stars downward like a shower of stars and starlight downward and through me. That's cool, Sherry. That's very cool. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, different people work with different symbols, I suppose. I have my symbol that I work with, that my guides gave me, but you can work with, whatever your guides and the divine show you is the right symbol for unconditional love for you. Okay. Got a couple more minutes here. Does anyone else have any questions or any experiences that they would like to share before we wrap up tonight? It was beautiful to meditate with everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Sherry. It was a pleasure to be here with you. Taro says, I feel small golden light, small heart shower on crown chakra. Yeah, cool. Very, very cool. Small heart shower sounds amazing. Sounds like a beautiful experience to have. Very, very cool. Same time tomorrow, Rats and VA. I think so. I'm going to post it on the channel in the community section what time we'll be doing this tomorrow. I got to kind of check in with my guides and with my life because this midnight meditation on my end, this might have some consequences that I'm unprepared to deal with. So we might need to find another time. But for now, let's plan on it. And if anything changes, it'll be posted on the community section, Rats MBA. Thank you. Thank you, MY. It was great to have you here. I really appreciate you doing the meditation with us. I have found personally that this is my preferred meditation for starting the day. I have a different meditation that I learned about a year after I learned this one, or later on the same year that I learned this one. I've got a different meditation that I do at night to clear out and clean out. But this is the one I like to start the day with because it just vibrationally puts me in the right frame of mind to be incarnate on planet Earth at this time and outside of the sphere of my own convenience. So, Javaria, we'll be back, honey. I'll be back doing this again. But for those of you who missed it, you're also really welcome to just rewind to the beginning and have a listen for your evening. It'll be on the channel, Javaria. I'll leave it up. It'll be tonight and then 11 other nights, or 11 other recordings, I should say. Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. Very nice, Sherry. Yeah, I don't know that it exists anywhere else. My guides gave it to me back in 2017, Sherry. I haven't seen this meditation anywhere else. They provided it for me at the end of 2017, or at the beginning, I should say, of 2017. And they were like, here, this is how you need to meditate. So um, feel free to use it. Awesome, Sherry. Cool. Yeah, feel free to use this as much as you need to. This is the precise format that they gave me. I have not edited or changed anything from the format that they provided for me. So I know this is the format that works. So, all right, everyone. Thank you for joining. That's our 10-minute Q&A for tonight. If you think of other questions, please bring them to the next meditation. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so that you know when our next meditation will be. We'll do one for the next 11 days. Thanks, everyone. Have a great full moon.